Whichever order you want to go into is fine with us.
Sure. Hello. Hello, my name is Jamie Curran. I turned 22 in February. I went to Westfield State University through the Mass ICE program for 2 years and took 4 classes: social work, introduction to psychology, introduction to social education, and an art class. I really enjoyed social work because I learned new information like meaning of social justice and the code of ethics. The social works must follow. I had homework for the first time and my ed coach helped me a lot, but I also did some at home as well. Some of the campus activities that I participated in were eating in the dining commons, going to the library, fundraisings, dances, and disability awareness activities. I hung out with friends that I already had and made new ones. When I first went to college, I used a PBTA van. My ed coach taught me how to use the van, and with the new freedom, my confidence began to grow. Shortly after beginning college, I began studying for my driver's license. By the end of the semester, I had my license and drove myself. The next really big chance in my life was getting my first job working at the dining commons at Westfield State University. I'm working at Camp for Kids this summer and will go back to my job in September. At work, I feel comfortable, and my boss and coworkers tell me I do a great job. My future plan includes working with students with disabilities, and I hope to be employed by the Westfield Public School District as a paraprofessional someday. I worked as a substitute paraprofessional at my former program in March through June of this year. I have applied for a fellowship and propose to work on increasing opportunities for individuals who have participated in the Mass ICE program. I want to live on my own someday and go to college, and going to college helped me realize that I can do things and any things that I put my mind to it. I know that someday I will pass my GED. When I think about what was the hardest thing about going to college, it would be having to talk in front of a class. Imagine how I feel now. As I end my speech, I would really appreciate it if you would vote yes for these bills. I know from my own experience how much of a difference it made in my life, and I hope you realize that as well. We would have never met. If I hadn't had the chance to go to college, I think about upcoming students who have intellectual disabilities and or autism, and I'm proud that I can show you what I can happen when people are given a chance. Thank you for your time.
My name is George Travis, and I am 23 years old, and I live in Brockton. I was in a special education classroom in high school. The classes were not inclusive at Brockton High. I started to feel like I was going through some of the same experiences and pushed me to be a part of the ICE program. The classes I took at BSU were public speaking, and it helped me come out of my shell in a very big way. I was very shy to speak in front of large and small groups of people and meeting new people. I don't think I would be the person I am today without the ICE program. The other class was an intro to special education, where I wanted to learn about other disabilities, but also my own. I took so much knowledge I don't think I would have learned at high school. When going to BSU, I took the train and bus. My aunt helped me learn how to read the schedule using the bus and train app. Then when I got comfortable with it, I helped other ICE students do the same. The ICE program provided me with a peer mentor, who are students outside of the program that teamed up and showed us the college life, whether it be going out to eat, meeting new people, new friends, playing games, and doing all types of sports, and many more. My favorite part was going to the cafeterias and getting to know everyone and inviting other people to join and help me. It helped me learn to open up more about myself and hopefully new friends. At BSU, I met the supervisor of one of the campus cafeterias and took a tour of all the dining halls. I expressed my life goals of being a chef and running my own restaurant. I got the chance of a lifetime to work on the campus cafeteria after I had to do an over-the-phone interview with my future boss. This took place after the ICE program mock job interview. If it wasn't for the job and ed coach and everyone at BSU giving me the extra push I needed, with all the training, I would have missed out on a job opportunity. I have been working there for 2 years now. If you would have told me 10 years ago that I would be living my dreams, cooking and helping others who don't have a voice, I wouldn't have believed you. I would have said, yeah, right, but now I have the confidence in my future. I hope you will pass this bill into a law so that others can have the incredible life-changing experiences. This experience has shown me that I have self-worth, that I matter. By passing this law into a bill, others like me with a disability can have the same positive outcome and outlook on life. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Joshua Hernandez. I am 23 years old. I entered the Gateway Scholars Program at Roxbury Community College in 2013 because I worked at Boston Neighborhood Network on my own television program, The Joshua Show. I took RCC classes in video techniques, introduced and production and directing, video editing. I learned about new topics in my class, such as making sure backgrounds are not overexposed, using different kinds of shortcuts for editing video quickly, as well as budgeting money and budgeting time when producing and directing projects. RCC helped me to learn about speaking up for myself. In 2014, I got a job at the Home Depot working on the register. I did not really understand what to do, and I didn't ask enough questions because I was afraid. I couldn't do the work because I was taken off the register. I talked to my RCC teachers about how I should have asked more questions and also asked if they could give me suggestions for talking to my boss about my disability. Later, I got a job at Star Market in the deli. This time I told my supervisor that I had a disability. I said that it might be hard for me to remember a lot of the information, like the name of all the cheese. My supervisor made me a sheet with the names and the codes of all the items. I studied it. My supervisor put the sheet in the deli so that other people can use it too. It felt really good. RCC also helped me to learn a lot about scheduling. When I started RCC, my schedule was chaos because I always wanted to be able to do everything. Now, I understand that if someone asks me to do something, I have to be very careful not to make too many appointments, and sometimes ask if we can meet on another day. Before, I did not think about how much time it would take me to get from one place to another. Now, I use my phone to keep my schedule and put big gaps in between my appointments. I am now a lot better at speaking up for myself and keeping a good schedule. I am proud of myself for going into the Gateway Scholars Program at RCC. Even though sometimes it was hard, I am proud that I made it through and learned a lot. I hope that you pass this law so that other students will be able to attend college like I did. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Lisa Battolino, and I'm the Dean at Bridgewater State University in the College of Education and Allied Studies. And before that, for 25 years, I was a professor in the Special Education and Communication Disorders Department. So It may surprise you to learn that when I was asked to take a student, we call these students our ICE students, when I was asked to take an ICE student into my class, I was very reluctant. Although I'm a lifelong advocate of inclusion in public schools, I wasn't certain that there was a place for it in the college classroom. But in an effort to be able to argue knowledgeably about the program, I accepted a student. I asked that the aide take a seat in the back of the class, away from the student, and that she did nothing unless I asked her to. I wanted as little distraction from my typical routine as possible. What I found was that the ICE student made the course better for every single person in the class, including me. When I was proceeding through my lectures too quickly, he would ask that I slow down or repeat material. Inevitably, others in the class would tell me that I was moving too quickly for them too. When students were asked to work in groups, I would check out the group that was working with the ICE students and notice that they were working particularly carefully and thoughtfully to plan for a presentation or to re-examine the material. The ICE student also brought a sense of community, kindness, and camaraderie to the college classroom, an element that's often missing due to the diverse makeup of university students. The class I taught, with the inclusion of the ICE student, was among the best courses I've ever taught. Every student learned more, participated more, and respected and valued their classmates in a way that you seldom see. Midway through the course, my student arrived without the aide, and I asked where the aide was. And he explained to me that that day he had taken the train alone because the aide was sick. Such are the skills necessary to succeed as adults working and living in the community. When discussing this with other professors that enrolled these students, they reported similar and consistently positive results. But the biggest value of this program isn't really for the small number of ICE students. The biggest value is for the huge number of non-disabled peers that learn to work and cooperate with these students. They not only receive a richer experience, but they also experience directly the value of working and participating with people with disabilities. It's this tremendous benefit that will produce better scholars and citizens for our BSU students.